Hello and welcome to my new video. In my last video I explained the portals which include what is portal, portal anatomy, Explora portal, configuration and different portals. In this video I will explain the UI policies which includes overview, service catalog UI policy form, UI policy scripts and use cases. So let's start with the overview. ServiceNow offers a wide range of IT service management solutions including user interface policies. UI policies in ServiceNow are used to dynamically change the appearance and behavior of form fields and related elements on forms based on predefined conditions. UI policies are used to, you can say that, dynamically change the behavior of form elements like fields, related lists, and section based on the defined conditions. They help control the visibility, mandatory state, and read-only state of form elements without need for scripting. UI policies work by evaluating conditions against the current record being displayed on the form. If the records define a UI policy are met, the specified actions are applied to the form elements associated with the policy. UI policies are triggered on conditions specified by admins. These conditions can be simple or complex, involving comparisons, field values, and other criteria. Once triggered, UI policy perform actions such as hiding, disabling, or making fields mandatory. This help enforce data integrity and guide users through the form filling process. UI policies can be applied globally across the entire instance or scoped to the specific tables, forms, or user roles, allowing for fine-grained control over their behavior. UI policies are executed after client scripts but before form loads, ensuring that they take effect immediately when user interact with forms. If you have multiple UI policies applied to a form, the order in which they are evaluated matters. You can prioritize UI policies by ordering them appropriately. Then service catalog UI policies. UI policies offer the flexibility to create tailored process flows for tasks within ServiceNow. These policies enable the customization of catalog item forms presented to users. Specifically designed for catalog items or variable sets, catalog UI policies govern the behavior of these forms, ensuring a seamless and user-friendly experience for individuals interacting with the ServiceNow platform. Keep the following points, you can say that, in mind when creating service catalog UI policies. A catalog UI policy is applicable to either a designated catalog item or any item utilizing a particular variable set. Similar to UI policy condition, variables within a service catalog UI policy condition must be visible on the form even if they are hidden or set to read only by another UI policy. Also ensure that the variables have names. The mandatory and read-only policy do not apply to the following variable types like break, container, split, container, and UI macro with label, and UI page. Similarly, the set visible policy does not encompass the break, container, split, and container and variable types. Service catalog UI policies are applied to the variables and variable sets of catalog items ordered in the service catalog. Policies can also be applied when the variables are present in the requested item or catalog task form. Catalog UI policy actions can be applied on the variable set. The actions on the variable sets are applied on all variables within the variable set. If different catalog UI policies actions are applied on a variable or a variable set, the action with the lowest order is considered. The priority order for UI action types is mandatory is the highest, and then after you can say that mandatory, the read only or display. Then UI policy form. So let's explore the UI policy form on my personal developer instance. So let me open my developer instance. For example, if we open the incident and then configure UI policies and then create a new, then you can say that UI policy form contain these fields like table, the table for the form to be modified, like I am creating this UI policy for incident table, so the table is incident. Then active, you can say that the active status of UI policy, only the active UI policies are applied. Then short description, short summary of you can say that UI policy. Then the next is when to apply. The when to apply contains the condition which is fulfilled cause the UI policy to be applied. Conditions are built with the condition builder. To set condition using a script, use a client script instead. You can also, you can say that utilize the script for the condition. Then conditions are only rechecked if the user manually changes a field on a form. If the change is made by the UI action, context menu action, or through the list editor, it is not evaluated. Then you can say that this checkbox global option, it is the option for specifying whether the UI policy applies to the all form views. If this checkbox is cleared, the UI policy is view specific. By default, the global UI policy applies to all form views. However, a UI policy can be specific to a view. Then you can say that the next is reverse if false. This option is for specifying that UI policy actions is undone when the conditions of its UI policy evaluates to false. In other words, when the conditions are true, the specified actions are taken, and when they are false, the actions are undone. Then onload. This is the options for specifying that UI policy behavior should be performed on load as well as when the form changes. You can check or clear the onload checkbox in a UI policy to control whether it runs every time a form is loaded when the conditions are satisfied. Then you can say that the next is inherit. This option is for specifying whether extended tables inherit this UI policy. When a child table has an inherited UI policy from its parent table, the UI policy on the child table always run first. Then the second tab is for script. If we check the run script, this is, you can say that option for specifying whether advanced behavior can be scripted for both true or false condition. Like you can say that it contain execute if true, execute if false, run script in UI type. Execute if true, a script that executes when the condition of the UI policy are you can say that fulfilled. And execute if false, a script that executes if the conditions of the UI policy are not fulfilled. And the reverse if false. Then you can say that run script in UI type. The UI type for this UI policy, like desktop, mobile, or service portal, are all. So if we create a policy like active is true, and then save. Then in the related tab it shows, you can say that UI action, UI policy actions. If we select any action, then uh, it by default picks the name of UI policy, which is test, and then you can say that table is selected by default, incident, then field name. uh, in field name we can select any field on which we want to, you can say that, perform the action, like if we these all are the fields of, you can say that, incident table, and we can select any field and then select the action like mandatory, visible, and read only. So this is, you can say that, form of a UI policy. Now we can check the UI policy of catalog item, like so this is, you can say that, a catalog item, and if we create a UI policy for catalog item, then the fields are like, the first field is applies to, then we can also apply for to a variable set and a catalog item, and it picks the name of the catalog item, then short description, and active. Then if we you can say that when to apply, uh, in when to apply we can create conditions for UI policy using catalog item variables. So right now there is no variable for this catalog item, that's why it is not showing any variable in this field. So we can set you can say that condition from here, then applies on catalog item view. If we select the checkbox to apply UI policy to the catalog item within order screen available in the requested item, then applies on catalog task. If we select this checkbox to apply the UI policy on the catalog task form, then you can say that applies on the requested item. If we select the checkbox, then the UI policy apply to on a requested item form. So these are the, you can say that, different options. It is bit you can say that similar to the you can say ordinary UI policy, but there some fields are different, and you can say same fields for UI policy actions. Then UI policy script. UI policy script use the client-side API to execute script logic based on whether the UI policy condition tests true or false. You can use UI policy script to create complex conditional checks, or to take actions other than setting field attributes mandatory, read only, or visible. The scripting fields for the UI policy are only visible in the advanced view. To enable the scripting field, we select the option checkbox run script. The execution, if true, script executes when the UI policy condition tests true. The execute if false script executes when the UI policy condition test false. Developers can, you can say that, write scripts in one or both script field depending on the application requirements. We can write the, you can say that, logic inside the on condition function, which is automatically inserted in the scripting fields. The on condition function is called by the UI policy at runtime. Although UI policy actions execute on all platform, UI policy scripts executed on desktop tablet only in the default case. You can use the run script in the UI type field to select the platforms for the UI policy scripts. Then use cases. There are different use cases of UI policy, like we can show hide fields, making a field mandatory, setting a field as a read only, show alert message, or you can say that clear variable value. So let's create these UI policy on my personal developer instance. Like you can say that first is show hide field. First apply to the catalog item, like this is the catalog item. Mm, these are you can say that UI policy policies on this catalog item. I'm inactive. So let's open the form of you can say that this catalog item. For this, open the portal. Let me open the service portal. So this is the catalog item form. For example, I want that if user select phone number, then it only displays the phone number field, and if user select type of contact email, then it only displays the email field. But right now it is by default showing the both variable phone and email. So if you check that the UI policies are already created, but I make this UI policy inactive. So if you check the UI policy, then the short description is show phone number and condition it is if the type of contact is phone number. So this is showing you can say that all the variables of this catalog item, and I have selected the type of contact, and if the type of contact is phone number, then the action is in action. I select the variable name phone because I want to perform the action on this field, so it make it visible and also mandatory. So let's active this UI policy, and the other UI policy is for show email. Like you can say that in this UI policy the type of contact is email. This is you can say that trigger condition for this UI policy, that if the user select the type of contact email, then you can say that it displays this variable and also make the this variable mandatory. So first we active this. When these UI policies are inactive, you can see that this form is showing both of variables phone and email. So let me refresh this. So you can see that the variables phone number and email is hidden. When user select phone number, then it display you can say that phone, and if user select email, then it shows the email field. So in this way we can create the UI policies for you can say that catalog items. So in the script field I selected that I write the script that if execute false, that g underscore form dot clear value, if the condition is not fulfilled, then it clear the value of this field. And same for the, you can say that I write this script for this like g underscore form dot clear value phone. So when user, for example, test gmail.com, and then user select the phone number, so it automatically, you check that automatically clears the value of email. Same if user select phone number and write any number, and if it again select the email, then it clears the value. So in this way you can say that you can write scripts and make fields mandatory and show and hide fields. And we can also show the alert messages for uh, different tables, table records, and for different catalog items by simply using the script. So before I wrap up, let's quickly review that what I have covered in this session. So I explained the overview, then service catalog UI policy, then UI policy form, then UI policy script, and then we discuss some of the use cases of UI policy. So that's all for this session. In my next video, I will cover the UI actions. Thank you.